Question 1. What does liability coverage, Part A, in a personal auto policy, PAP, in Tennessee cover? A. Damage to the insured's vehicle. B. Medical payments for the insured. C. Bodily injury and property damage for which the insured is legally responsible. D. Uninsured motorist claims. Question 2. What is the principle of insurable interest in Tennessee's insurance policies? A. The policyholder's ability to pay premiums on time. B. The policyholder's legal or financial stake in the insured property or person. C. The insurer's right to deny claims. D. The insurer's obligation to pay dividends. Question 3. How does a personal umbrella policy, PUP, provide additional protection for policyholders in Tennessee? A. By increasing the deductible on underlying policies. B. By providing additional liability coverage beyond the limits of underlying policies. C. By covering damages to the insured's own property. D. By offering primary coverage for personal belongings. Question 4. What does coverage B, other structures, in a homeowner's insurance policy in Tennessee typically cover? A. The primary dwelling on the property. B. Personal property inside the home. C. Detached structures like garages and sheds. D. Additional living expenses. Question 5. What is the purpose of the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, in Tennessee? A. To provide health insurance to flood victims. B. To offer flood insurance to property owners in flood-prone areas. C. To cover earthquake damages. D. To insure against fire hazards. Question 6. What is the principle of utmost good faith in insurance contracts in Tennessee? A. Insurers must charge fair premiums based on risk assessment. B. Policyholders must disclose all relevant information truthfully. C. Insurers must deny claims to protect profitability. D. Policyholders can cancel their policies at any time. Question 7. How does uninsured underinsured motorist coverage, Part C, in a personal auto policy, PAP, in Tennessee protect the insured? A. By covering damage to the insured's vehicle. B. By providing medical payments coverage for the insured's injuries. C. By reimbursing the insured for rental car expenses. D. By protecting the insured against damages caused by drivers with insufficient insurance. Question 8. What is the primary difference between a dwelling policy, DP1, and a dwelling policy, DP3, in Tennessee? A. The types of perils covered. B. The deductible amount. C. The coverage limits. D. The policy term. Question 9. What does a personal articles floater and inland marine insurance typically cover in Tennessee? A. Buildings and other structures. B. General liability for businesses. C. Valuable personal property items such as jewelry and fine art. D. Loss of income due to business interruption. Question 10. What is the purpose of coverage F. Medical payments to others in a homeowner's insurance policy in Tennessee? A. To cover the insured's medical expenses. B. To pay for medical expenses of guests injured on the insured's property. C. To repair damage to the insured's dwelling. D. To provide liability coverage for the insured. Question 11. What is the primary purpose of a deductible in an insurance policy in Tennessee? A. To increase the policy's premium. B. To transfer all risk to the insurer. C. To share the cost of a claim between the insurer and the insured. D. To provide unlimited coverage for all claims. Question 12. What is the role of the Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance? A. To issue insurance policies directly to consumers. B. To enforce state insurance laws and regulations. C. To develop federal insurance legislation. D. To provide legal representation for insurers. Question 13. In Tennessee, what is the benefit of having an earthquake endorsement on a homeowner's policy? A. It covers flood damage. B. It provides liability coverage for earthquake-related injuries. C. It covers structural damage to the home caused by an earthquake. D. It pays for temporary housing during an earthquake evacuation. Question 14. What does the principle of utmost good faith require in Tennessee insurance contracts? A. Insurers to guarantee policy renewals. B. Policyholders to disclose all material facts accurately. C. Insurers to pay all claims without investigation. D. Policyholders to pay premiums in advance. Question 15. What is the main purpose of liability coverage in a watercraft insurance policy in Tennessee? A. To cover physical damage to the watercraft. B. To provide medical payments for the watercraft's passengers. C. To protect against claims for bodily injury and property damage caused to others. D. To insure personal property on the watercraft. Question 16. What is the primary role of an insurance underwriter in Tennessee? A. To sell insurance policies to consumers. B. To assess and evaluate risk for insurance applications. C. To investigate and settle insurance claims. D. To handle customer service inquiries. Question 17. How does a health maintenance organization, HMO plan, typically operate in Tennessee? A. By allowing unrestricted access to any healthcare provider. B. By requiring members to use a network of designated providers. C. By covering only emergency medical services. D. By offering the highest premiums and lowest deductibles. Question 18. What does a personal property floater and inland marine insurance cover in Tennessee? A. Buildings and other structures. B. General liability for businesses. C. Specific high-value items such as jewelry and electronics. D. Loss of income due to business interruption. Question 19. What is the purpose of coverage E? Personal liability in a homeowner's insurance policy in Tennessee? A. To cover damage to the insured's dwelling. B. To provide coverage for personal property. C. To protect the insured against liability claims for bodily injury and property damage to others. D. To reimburse additional living expenses. Question 20. What is the main benefit of a preferred provider organization PPO plan in Tennessee? A. Lower premiums than HMO plans. B. Coverage for dental and vision services. C. Greater flexibility in choosing healthcare providers. D. Guaranteed issue for all applicants. Question 21. What is the purpose of increased cost of compliance, a coverage in a flood insurance policy under the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, in Tennessee? A. To cover personal property losses. B. To pay for temporary housing during a flood. C. To assist with the cost of meeting new building codes after a flood. D. To provide liability coverage for flood-related injuries. Question 22. What is the primary function of the Tennessee Insurance Guarantee Association? A. To underwrite high-risk insurance policies. B. To settle disputes between insurers and policyholders. C. To pay claims if an insured becomes insolvent. D. To provide discounts on insurance premiums. Question 23. What is the purpose of a self-insured retention, sir, in a personal umbrella policy in Tennessee? A. To increase the premium cost. B. To serve as a deductible before the umbrella coverage applies. C. To provide primary coverage for all claims. D. To eliminate the need for underlying insurance policies. Question 24. What does the term risk management encompass in the context of personal lines insurance in Tennessee? A. Only the purchase of insurance policies. B. The process of identifying, evaluating, and managing potential risks. C. The collection of premiums from policyholders. D. The investigation and denial of claims. Question 25. What is the main purpose of a surety bond in Tennessee? A. To provide health insurance coverage. B. To guarantee the performance of contractual obligations. C. To insure personal property against theft. D. To offer liability coverage for businesses. Question 26. What is the primary coverage provided by a commercial general liability CGL policy in Tennessee? A. Coverage for employee injuries. B. Protection against liability claims for bodily injury and property damage. C. Insurance for business property. D. Health benefits for business owners. Question 27. How does business interruption insurance benefit businesses in Tennessee? A. By providing liability coverage for customer injuries. B. By covering the cost of physical damage to business property. C. By compensating for lost income during periods of suspended operations. D. By paying for employee benefits. Question 28. What is the purpose of the coinsurance clause in a property insurance policy in Tennessee? A. To determine the deductible amount. B. To require the insured to carry a certain amount of insurance relative to the property's value. C. To provide unlimited coverage for all claims. D. To ensure the insurer pays all claims in full. Question 29. What is the primary goal of loss control in commercial insurance in Tennessee? A. To increase insurance premiums. B. To enhance safety and reduce the frequency and severity of claims. C. To cancel high-risk policies. D. To provide legal defense for policyholders. Question 30. What does the term indemnity mean in the context of insurance in Tennessee? A. The ability to transfer a policy to another person. B. The process of investigating a claim. C. The obligation of the insured to restore the insured to their financial position before a loss. D. The determination of policy premiums. Correct answer. C. Bodily injury and property damage for which the insured is legally responsible. Explanation. Liability coverage, Part A, in a personal auto policy, PAP, in Tennessee covers the insured's legal responsibility for bodily injury and property damage caused to others in an auto accident. This coverage includes legal defense costs and any settlements or judgments up to the policy limits. Options A, B, and D describe coverage provisions that are not part of liability coverage, Part A. Correct answer. B. The policyholder's legal or financial stake in the insured property or person. Explanation. The principle of insurable interest in Tennessee's insurance policies requires the policyholder to have a legal or financial stake in the insured property or person. This principle ensures that insurance is used to protect against genuine financial losses rather than for speculative purposes. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe the principle of insurable interest. Correct answer. B. By providing additional liability coverage beyond the limits of underlying policies. Explanation. A personal umbrella policy, POP, in Tennessee provides additional liability coverage that extends beyond the limits of underlying policies such as homeowners or auto insurance. This extra layer of protection helps safeguard the policyholder's assets in case of large claims or lawsuits. Options A, C, and D describe features that do not align with the purpose of a personal umbrella policy. Correct answer. C. Detached structures like garages and sheds. Explanation. Coverage B. Other structures. In a homeowner's insurance policy in Tennessee covers detached structures on the insured property such as garages, sheds, fences, and other buildings not attached to the primary dwelling. This coverage is separate from the dwelling coverage, Coverage A, and ensures that other structures are protected against covered perils. Options A, B, and D describe coverage provisions that are not part of coverage B. Correct answer. B. To offer flood insurance to property owners in flood-prone areas. Explanation. The National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, in Tennessee aims to provide affordable flood insurance to property owners in flood-prone areas. The NFIP reduces the financial impact of flooding and encourages communities to adopt and enforce floodplain management regulations. Options A, C, and D describe coverage provisions or programs not related to the NFIP. Correct answer. B. Policyholders must disclose all relevant information truthfully. Explanation. The principle of utmost good faith in Tennessee's insurance contracts requires both parties, insurer and policyholder, to act honestly and transparently in all aspects of the contract. Policyholders must disclose all material facts that could influence the insurer's decision to accept or price the risk. This principle ensures fairness and trust in insurance transactions. Options A, C, and D describe practices that do not align with the principle of utmost good faith. Correct answer. D. By protecting the insured against damages caused by drivers with insufficient insurance. Explanation. Uninsured underinsured motorist coverage, Part C, in a personal auto policy, PAP, in Tennessee provides protection to the insured for bodily injury and property damage caused by drivers who have no insurance or insufficient insurance to cover the losses. This coverage ensures that policyholders are adequately protected in situations where the at-fault driver cannot fully compensate for the injuries sustained. Options A, B, and C describe coverage provisions that may be addressed by other parts of the PAP but are not the primary purpose of Part C. Correct answer. A. The types of perils covered. Explanation. The primary difference between a dwelling policy, DPA 1, and a dwelling policy, DP3 in Tennessee lies in the types of perils covered. DPO 1 provides coverage for a limited number of named perils, whereas D3 offers broader coverage by including all risks unless specifically excluded. This difference in peril coverage affects the scope and extent of protection provided under each policy type. Options B, C, and D describe factors that may vary but are not the primary distinguishing feature between DPO 1 and DPO 3. Correct answer. C. Valuable personal property items such as jewelry and fine art. Explanation. A personal articles floater in inland marine insurance in Tennessee covers valuable personal property items such as jewelry, fine art, antiques, and collectibles. This coverage is designed to provide protection against a wide range of risks, including theft, loss, and damage for high-value items that may have limited coverage under standard homeowners policies. Options A, B, and D describe coverage provisions that are typically not included in a personal articles floater. Correct answer. B, to pay for medical expenses of guests injured on the insured's property. Explanation. Coverage F, medical payments to others in a homeowner's insurance policy in Tennessee provides coverage for medical expenses incurred by guests who are injured on the insured's property, regardless of fault. This coverage helps to quickly address minor injuries and prevent potential lawsuits. Options A, C, and D describe coverage provisions that are typically addressed by other parts of homeowners insurance policies. Correct answer. C, to share the cost of a claim between the insurer and the insured. Explanation. The primary purpose of a deductible in an insurance policy in Tennessee is to share the cost of a claim between the insurer and the insured. The deductible is the amount the policyholder must pay out of pocket before the insurance coverage kicks in. This helps to reduce the insurer's exposure to small claims and encourages policyholders to avoid unnecessary claims. Options A, B, and D describe outcomes that do not accurately reflect the purpose of a deductible. Correct answer. B, to enforce state insurance laws and regulations. Explanation. The Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance is responsible for enforcing state insurance laws and regulations. It oversees the licensing of insurance professionals, monitors the financial stability of insurers, and ensures consumer protection within the insurance market. Options A, C, and D describe functions that are not the primary responsibilities of the state insurance department. Correct answer. C, it covers structural damage to the home caused by an earthquake. Explanation. An earthquake endorsement on a homeowner's policy in Tennessee provides coverage for structural damage to the home caused by an earthquake. Since standard homeowners policies typically exclude earthquake damage, this endorsement is essential for homeowners in earthquake-prone areas to ensure they are protected against the financial impact of such natural disasters. Options A, B, and D describe coverage provisions that are not the primary focus of an earthquake endorsement. Correct answer. B, policyholders to disclose all material facts accurately. Explanation. The principle of utmost good faith in Tennessee insurance contracts requires policyholders to disclose all material facts accurately and honestly. This principle ensures transparency and trust between the insurer and the insured, allowing the insurer to assess and underwrite the risk properly. Options A, C, and D describe practices that are not aligned with the principle of utmost good faith. Correct answer. C, to protect against claims for bodily injury and property damage caused to others. Explanation. The main purpose of liability coverage in a watercraft insurance policy in Tennessee is to protect the insured against claims for bodily injury and property damage caused to others while operating the watercraft. This coverage includes legal defense costs and settlements or judgments up to the policy limits. Options A, B, and D describe coverage provisions that are typically addressed by other parts of a watercraft insurance policy. Correct answer. B, to assess and evaluate risk for insurance applications. Explanation. The primary role of an insurance underwriter in Tennessee is to assess and evaluate the risk associated with insurance applications. Underwriters determine whether to accept or reject an application and set appropriate premium rates based on the risk assessment. Options A, C, and D describe functions that are performed by other insurance professionals but are not the primary responsibility of an underwriter. Correct answer. B, by requiring members to use a network of designated providers. Explanation. A health maintenance organization, a TEMO plan in Tennessee typically operates by requiring members to use a network of designated healthcare providers. Members must choose a primary care physician and obtain referrals for specialist care within the network. This structure helps control healthcare costs and ensure coordinated care. Options A, C, and D describe characteristics that do not align with the typical operation of an HMO plan. Correct answer. C. Specific high-value items such as jewelry and electronics. Explanation. A personal property floater in inland marine insurance in Tennessee covers specific high-value items such as jewelry, electronics, and collectibles. This floater provides broader coverage than standard homeowners policies, protecting against various risks like theft, loss, and accidental damage. Options A, B, and D describe coverage provisions that are typically not included in a personal property floater. Correct answer. C. To protect the insured against liability claims for bodily injury and property damage to others. Explanation. Coverage E. Personal liability in a homeowner's insurance policy in Tennessee provides protection against liability claims for bodily injury and property damage to others for which the insured is legally responsible. This coverage includes legal defense costs and any settlements or judgments up to the policy limits. Options A, B, and D describe coverage provisions that are typically addressed by other parts of homeowners insurance policies. Correct answer. C. Greater flexibility in choosing healthcare providers. Explanation. The main benefit of a preferred provider organization (PPO) plan in Tennessee is the greater flexibility in choosing healthcare providers. PPO plans allow members to see any doctor or specialist, including those outside the network, without requiring referrals. This flexibility often comes with higher premiums and out-of-pocket costs compared to HMO plans. Options A, B, and D describe benefits that are not the primary advantage of PPO plans. Correct answer. C. To assist with the cost of meeting new building codes after flood. Explanation. Increased cost of compliance, coverage in a flood insurance policy under the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, in Tennessee helps pay for the cost of meeting new building codes and standards after flood. This coverage applies when the insured building is substantially damaged or repetitively flooded and must be rebuilt or modified to comply with current regulations. Options A, B, and D describe coverage provisions that are not the primary focus of ICC coverage. Correct answer. C. To pay claims if an insurer becomes insolvent. Explanation. The primary function of the Tennessee Insurance Guarantee Association is to pay claims if an insurer becomes insolvent. This association ensures that policyholders and claimants receive compensation for covered losses even if the insurance company cannot fulfill its obligations due to financial insolvency. Options A, B, and D describe functions that are not the primary responsibility of the Tennessee Insurance Guarantee Association. Correct answer. B. To serve as a deductible before the umbrella coverage applies. Explanation. A self-insured retention, sir, in a personal umbrella policy in Tennessee serves as a deductible that the policyholder must pay before the umbrella coverage applies. This retention amount is typically higher than standard policy deductibles and must be satisfied for claims not covered by underlying policies. Options A, C, and D describe features that do not accurately reflect the purpose of an SIR. Correct answer. B. The process of identifying, evaluating, and managing potential risks. Explanation. Risk management in the context of personal lines insurance in Tennessee encompasses the process of identifying, evaluating, and managing potential risks. This process includes implementing strategies to minimize the impact of risks such as purchasing insurance, adopting safety measures, and creating contingency plans. Options A, C, and D describe activities that are part of the insurance industry but do not fully capture the scope of risk management. Correct answer. B. To guarantee the performance of contractual obligations. Explanation. The main purpose of a surety bond in Tennessee is to guarantee the performance of contractual obligations. A surety bond provides financial assurance that a principal, such as a contractor, will fulfill their duties as agreed in a contract. If the principal fails to perform, the surety, usually an insurance company, compensates the obligee, the party receiving the service or benefit. Options A, C, and D describe coverage provisions that are not the primary purpose of a surety bond. Correct answer. B. Protection against liability claims for bodily injury and property damage. Explanation. A commercial general liability (CGL) policy in Tennessee primarily provides protection against liability claims for bodily injury and property damage. This coverage includes legal defense costs and any settlements or judgments resulting from claims of negligence or other liabilities. Options A, C, and D describe coverage provisions that are typically addressed by other types of insurance policies. Correct answer. C, by compensating for lost income during periods of suspended operations. Explanation. Business interruption insurance benefits businesses in Tennessee by compensating for lost income during periods of suspended operations due to covered peril, such as fire or natural disaster. This coverage helps businesses maintain financial stability and continue operations after recovering from the interruption. Options A, B, and D describe coverage provisions that are typically addressed by other types of insurance policies. Correct answer. B, to require the insured to carry a certain amount of insurance relative to the property's value. Explanation. The purpose of the coinsurance clause in a property insurance policy in Tennessee is to require the insured to carry a certain amount of insurance relative to the property's value. This clause encourages policyholders to insure their property to an appropriate level and typically requires the insured to cover a percentage of the property's replacement cost. Failure to meet the coinsurance requirement can result in reduced claim payments. Options A, C, and D describe outcomes that do not align with the purpose of the coinsurance clause. Correct answer. B, to enhance safety and reduce the frequency and severity of claims. Explanation. The primary goal of loss control in commercial insurance in Tennessee is to enhance safety and reduce the frequency and severity of claims. Loss control measures include risk assessments, safety training, and the implementation of best practices to minimize the potential for accidents and losses. Options A, C, and D describe actions that do not accurately reflect the primary objective of loss control. Correct answer. C, the obligation of the insurer to restore the insured to their financial position before a loss. Explanation. In the context of insurance in Tennessee, indemnity refers to the obligation of the insurer to restore the insured to their financial position before a loss. This principle ensures that policyholders are compensated for covered losses without profiting from the insurance claim. Options A, B, and D describe actions that do not accurately reflect the meaning of indemnity. Question 31. What is the primary purpose of a fidelity bond in Tennessee? A, to provide health insurance coverage for employees. B, to insure personal property against theft. C, to protect businesses against losses due to employee dishonesty. D, to offer liability coverage for businesses. Question 32. What is the purpose of errors and omissions? EO, insurance for professionals in Tennessee. A, to cover physical damage to office property. B, to protect against claims of professional negligence and mistakes. C, to provide health benefits for employees. D, to insure business vehicles. Question 33. What does comprehensive coverage in a personal auto policy (PAP) in Tennessee typically cover? A, damage from collision with another vehicle. B, theft, vandalism, and natural disasters. C, liability for bodily injury to others. D, medical payments for the insured. Question 34. What is the primary purpose of workers' compensation insurance in Tennessee? A, to provide liability coverage for businesses. B, to cover physical damage to business property. C, to provide health benefits for employees. D, to cover medical expenses and lost wages for employees injured on the job. Question 35. What does a business owner's policy (BOP) typically include for small businesses in Tennessee? A, coverage for employee injuries only. B, only liability coverage for customer injuries. C, property and liability coverage in one package. D, health insurance benefits for employees. Question 36. What is the main purpose of a flood insurance policy in Tennessee? A, to cover damage from rainwater. B, to cover losses due to sewer backups. C, to cover structural and content damage caused by flooding. D, to provide liability coverage for flood-related injuries. Question 37. What is the role of an insurance adjuster in Tennessee? A, to sell insurance policies. B, to underwrite insurance applications. C, to assess and settle insurance claims. D, to provide legal defense for insurers. Question 38. What is the purpose of a declaration page in an insurance policy? A. To outline the claims process. B. To list the exclusions and limitations of coverage. C. To summarize the key details of the coverage provided. D. To provide a glossary of insurance terms. Question 39. What does the term aggregate limit refer to in a liability insurance policy in Tennessee? A. The maximum amount payable for each individual claim. B. The total amount payable for all claims during the policy period. C. The minimum amount the policyholder must pay for coverage. D. The standard premium rate for the policy. Question 40. What is the primary benefit of umbrella insurance in Tennessee? A. Lower premiums for basic coverage. B. Increased coverage limits beyond primary policies. C. Coverage for routine medical expenses. D. Guaranteed issue regardless of health. Question 41. What is the purpose of the Tennessee Guarantee Association? A. To underwrite high-risk insurance policies. B. To provide health insurance for low-income families. C. To pay claims of insolvent insurance companies. D. To regulate insurance rates. Question 42. What type of insurance policy would cover damages to a boat caused by a storm in Tennessee? A. Homeowner's insurance. B. Auto insurance. C. Watercraft insurance. D. Flood insurance. Question 43. What is the primary purpose of the Tennessee Automobile Insurance Plan? A. To offer health insurance to uninsured drivers. B. To provide coverage for high-risk drivers who cannot obtain insurance in the voluntary market. C. To subsidize low-income families for car purchases. D. To regulate auto insurance premiums. Question 44. Which of the following is covered under a Tennessee homeowner's insurance policy's personal liability section? A. Damage to the insured's own property. B. Bodily injury to a guest injured on the insured's property. C. Damage to the insured's car. D. Loss of the insured's personal belongings due to theft. Question 45. In Tennessee, what is the significance of the term replacement cost to a homeowner's insurance policy? A. The actual cash value of the property minus depreciation. B. The market value of the property. C. The cost to replace the property with new materials of like kind and quality without deduction for depreciation. D. The value determined by a real estate appraisal. Question 46. What is the main benefit of having uninsured motorist coverage in Tennessee? A. It pays for damage to the insured's vehicle caused by the insured. B. It covers the insured's medical expenses in case of an accident with an uninsured driver. C. It pays for routine vehicle maintenance. D. It provides liability coverage for the insured's negligence. Question 47. In Tennessee, what is the difference between an actual cash value and replacement cost in an insurance policy? A. Actual cash value includes depreciation, while replacement cost does not. B. Actual cash value is higher than replacement cost. C. Actual cash value excludes the cost of labor, while replacement cost includes it. D. Actual cash value is the same as replacement cost. Question 48. What is the primary function of the Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance? A. To sell insurance policies to consumers. B. To regulate and oversee the insurance industry in the state. C. To provide insurance coverage for state employees. D. To determine insurance premiums for all policies. Question 49. What is the purpose of medical payments coverage in a Tennessee auto insurance policy? A. To cover legal defense costs. B. To pay for the insured's medical expenses resulting from an auto accident. C. To repair the insured's vehicle. D. To provide liability coverage for the insured. Question 50. What does the term subrogation mean in an insurance policy? A. The process of canceling a policy. B. The transfer of policy ownership. C. The insurer's right to pursue a third party for reimbursement of a claim paid to the insured. D. The determination of coverage limits. Question 51. What type of insurance policy would cover loss of income for a business in Tennessee due to covered peril? A. General liability insurance. B. Business interruption insurance. C. Workers' compensation insurance. D. Commercial auto insurance. Question 52. In Tennessee, what is the primary function of an insurance agent? A. To underwrite insurance policies. B. To investigate and settle claims. C. To sell and service insurance policies. D. To determine insurance premiums. Question 53. What is the primary coverage provided by a Tennessee homeowner's policy's dwelling coverage? A. Coverage for personal property inside the home. B. Liability coverage for injuries on the property. C. Coverage for the physical structure of the home. D. Additional living expenses if the home is uninhabitable. Question 54. What is the role of reinsurance in the insurance industry? A. To provide coverage for high-risk individuals. B. To spread risk among multiple insurers. C. To offer direct policies to consumers. D. To regulate insurance companies. Question 55. What is covered under the medical payments coverage? Coverage F in a Tennessee homeowner's policy. A. Legal defense costs. B. Bodily injuries to others on the insured's property. C. Damage to the insured's personal property. D. Loss of use of the insured's home. Question 56. What does the term insurable interest mean in the context of Tennessee insurance policies? A. The potential to profit from the insurance policy. B. The obligation to pay premiums on time. C. The financial stake in the property or person insured. D. The right to transfer the policy to another person. Question 57. How does a national flood insurance program, NFIP, benefit Tennessee residents? A. By providing state-funded flood insurance policies. B. By regulating water levels in flood-prone areas. C. By offering federally backed flood insurance policies. D. By covering losses from all natural disasters. Question 58. What is the primary function of the liability coverage, Part A, in a Tennessee personal auto policy? A. To cover the insured's medical expenses. B. To pay for damage to the insured's vehicle. C. To cover legal expenses in case of a lawsuit. D. To pay for bodily injury and property damage to others for which the insured is responsible. Question 59. Which type of Tennessee insurance policy typically includes a right of rescission period, allowing the policyholder to cancel the policy within a specified time frame without penalty? A. Health insurance. B. Homeowners insurance. C. Auto insurance. D. Life insurance. Question 60. What is the purpose of an umbrella policy in Tennessee? A. To cover the cost of personal property loss. B. To provide additional liability coverage above the limits of underlying policies. C. To insure high-value items like jewelry and art. D. To offer medical coverage for the policyholder. Correct answer. C. To protect businesses against losses due to employee dishonesty. Explanation. The primary purpose of a fidelity bond in Tennessee is to protect businesses against losses due to employee dishonesty, such as theft, fraud, or embezzlement. Fidelity bonds provide financial protection and ensure that businesses can recover from losses caused by dishonest acts of employees. Options A, B, and D describe coverage provisions that are not the primary focus of a fidelity bond. Correct answer. B. To protect against claims of professional negligence and mistakes. Explanation. Errors and omissions. EO. Insurance in Tennessee protects professionals against claims of professional negligence and mistakes. This coverage includes legal defense costs and any settlements or judgments resulting from claims that the professional services or advice cause financial harm to clients. Options A, C, and D describe coverage provisions that are not the primary purpose of EO insurance. Correct answer. B. Theft, vandalism, and natural disasters. Explanation. Comprehensive coverage in a personal auto policy, PAP, in Tennessee typically covers damage to the insured's vehicle from non-collision events such as theft, vandalism, natural disasters, fire, and falling objects. This coverage helps protect against a wide range of risks that can cause damage to the vehicle. Options A, C, and D describe coverage provisions that are typically addressed by other parts of the PAP. Correct answer. D. To cover medical expenses and lost wages for employees injured on the job. Explanation. The primary purpose of workers' compensation insurance in Tennessee is to cover medical expenses and lost wages for employees injured on the job. This insurance provides financial support to employees who suffer work-related injuries or illnesses, ensuring they receive necessary medical care and compensation for lost income. Options A, B, and C describe coverage provisions that are not the primary focus of workers' compensation insurance. Correct answer: C, property and liability coverage in one package. Explanation: a business owner's policy, BOP, for small businesses in Tennessee typically includes property and liability coverage in one package. This policy provides comprehensive protection by combining coverage for physical assets such as buildings and equipment with liability coverage for third-party claims of bodily injury and property damage. Options A, B, and D describe coverage provisions that are not typically included in a BOP. Correct answer: C, to cover structural and content damage caused by flooding. Explanation: the main purpose of a flood insurance policy in Tennessee is to cover structural and content damage caused by flooding. Standard homeowners insurance policies typically exclude flood damage, making this coverage essential for protecting against losses from rising water, storm surges, and other flood-related events. Options A, B, and D describe coverage provisions that are not the primary focus of a flood insurance policy. Correct answer: C, to assess and settle insurance claims. Explanation: the role of an insurance adjuster in Tennessee is to assess and settle insurance claims. Adjusters investigate the circumstances of a claim, evaluate the extent of the damage or loss, and determine the appropriate compensation based on the policy terms. Options A, B, and D describe functions that are performed by other insurance professionals but are not the primary responsibility of an adjuster. Correct answer: C, to summarize the key details of the coverage provided. Explanation: the purpose of a declaration page in an insurance policy is to summarize the key details of the coverage provided. This page typically includes information such as the policyholder's name, policy number, coverage limits, premium amount, and the effective dates of the policy. Options A, B, and D describe components that may be included in the full policy document but are not the primary purpose of the declaration page. Correct answer: B, the total amount payable for all claims during the policy period. Explanation: the term aggregate limit equal liability insurance policy in Tennessee refers to the total amount payable for all claims during the policy period. Once this limit is reached, the insurer is no longer obligated to pay additional claims. Options A, C, and D describe other aspects of insurance policies but do not accurately define the aggregate limit. Correct answer: B, increased coverage limits beyond primary policies. Explanation: the primary benefit of umbrella insurance in Tennessee is increased coverage limits beyond primary policies. Umbrella insurance provides additional liability coverage that kicks in when the limits of the underlying policies, such as homeowners or auto insurance, are exhausted. This extra layer of protection helps cover large claims and lawsuits, ensuring comprehensive financial security. Options A, C, and D describe benefits that are not the primary focus of umbrella insurance. Correct answer: C, to pay claims of insolvent insurance companies. Explanation: the purpose of the Tennessee Guarantee Association is to protect policyholders by paying claims if their insurance company becomes insolvent. This association ensures that policyholders receive their benefits even if their insurer can no longer meet its financial obligations. Options A, B, and D describe other roles and functions within the insurance industry but are not the primary purpose of the Tennessee Guarantee Association. Correct answer: C, watercraft insurance. Explanation: watercraft insurance covers damages to boats caused by perils such as storms. This policy provides coverage for physical damage to the boat, its equipment, and other related property. Homeowners, auto, and flood insurance policies typically do not cover watercraft, making option C the correct choice. Correct answer: B, to provide coverage for high-risk drivers who cannot obtain insurance in the voluntary market. Explanation: the Tennessee Automobile Insurance Plan, TAPE, is designed to provide auto insurance coverage for high-risk drivers who are unable to obtain insurance through the regular voluntary market due to their driving records or other risk factors. Options A, C, and D do not accurately describe the purpose of the TAIP. Correct answer: B, bodily injury to a guest injured on the insured's property. Explanation. The personal liability section of a Tennessee homeowner's insurance policy covers bodily injury to others, including guests injured on the insured's property. It also covers legal defense costs if the insured is sued for such injuries. Damage to the insured's own property, car, or a loss of personal belongings due to theft would be covered under other sections of the policy. Correct answer. C. The cost to replace the property with new materials of like kind and quality without deduction for depreciation. Explanation. Replacement cost to Tennessee homeowners insurance policy refers to the amount required to repair or replace the property with new materials of like kind and quality without accounting for depreciation. This ensures the policyholder can restore their property to its original state after a covered loss. Options A, B, and D describe different valuation methods not specifically tied to replacement cost. Correct answer. B. It covers the insured's medical expenses in case of an accident with an uninsured driver. Explanation. Uninsured motorist coverage in Tennessee protects the insured by covering medical expenses, lost wages, and other damages if they are involved in an accident with an uninsured driver. It ensures that the insured receives compensation even when the at-fault driver lacks insurance. Options A, C, and D do not reflect the purpose of uninsured motorist coverage. Correct answer. A. Actual cash value includes depreciation, while replacement cost does not. Explanation. In Tennessee, actual cash value is the value of the property at the time of loss, including depreciation, while replacement cost is the cost to repair or replace the property with new materials of like kind and quality without deducting for depreciation. Options B, C, and D do not accurately describe the differences between these valuation methods. Correct answer. B. To regulate and oversee the insurance industry in the state. Explanation. The Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance regulates and oversees the insurance industry in the state, ensuring that insurance companies operate fairly and comply with state laws. This includes licensing, monitoring financial solvency, and enforcing consumer protection regulations. Options A, C, and D describe functions that are not the primary responsibilities of the department. Correct answer. B. To pay for the insured's medical expenses resulting from an auto accident. Explanation. Medical payments coverage in a Tennessee auto insurance policy pays for the insured's medical expenses resulting from an auto accident, regardless of who is at fault. This coverage can also extend to passengers in the insured vehicle. Options A, C, and D describe other types of coverage that are not related to medical payments. Correct answer. C. The insurer's right to pursue a third party for reimbursement of a claim paid to the insured. Explanation. Subrogation in an insurance policy refers to the insurer's right to pursue a third party responsible for a loss to recover the amount paid to the insured. This process helps insurers mitigate their losses by holding the responsible party accountable. Options A, B, and D describe actions that are not related to subrogation. Correct answer. C. The insurer's right to pursue a third party for reimbursement of a claim paid to the insured. Explanation. Subrogation in an insurance policy refers to the insurer's right to pursue a third party responsible for a loss to recover the amount paid to the insured. This process helps insurers mitigate their losses by holding the responsible party accountable. Options A, B, and D describe actions that are not related to subrogation. Correct answer. B. Business interruption insurance. Explanation. Business interruption insurance in Tennessee covers the loss of income a business experiences due to covered peril, such as fire or natural disaster, that forces the business to suspend operations. This coverage helps businesses maintain financial stability during recovery periods. Options A, C, and D describe other types of insurance that do not cover loss of income. Correct answer. C. To sell and service insurance policies. Explanation. The primary function of an insurance agent in Tennessee is to sell and service insurance policies. Agents help clients select appropriate coverage, provide information about policy options, and assist with policy changes and renewals. Options A, B, and D describe functions that are typically performed by underwriters, adjusters, and actuaries, respectively. Correct answer. C. Coverage for the physical structure of the home. Explanation. Dwelling coverage. Coverage A in a Tennessee homeowner's policy provides coverage for the physical structure of the home, including the walls, roof, and attached structures. This coverage protects the home against covered perils such as fire, windstorm, and vandalism. Options A, B, and D describe coverage provisions that are typically addressed by other parts of the homeowner's policy. Correct answer. B, to spread risk among multiple insurers. Explanation. Reinsurance is a mechanism used by insurance companies to spread risk among multiple insurers, reducing the financial impact of large claims. By transferring a portion of their risk to other insurers, companies can maintain financial stability and solvency. Options A, C, and D describe roles that do not pertain to the primary function of reinsurance. Correct answer. B, bodily injuries to others on the insured's property. Explanation. Medical payments coverage. Coverage F in a Tennessee homeowner's policy covers medical expenses for bodily injuries to others that occur on the insured's property, regardless of who is at fault. This coverage helps ensure that guests receive prompt medical attention for their injuries. Options A, C, and D describe coverage that is addressed by other parts of the homeowner's policy. Correct answer. C, the financial stake in the property or person insured. Explanation. Insurable interest in Tennessee insurance policies refers to the financial stake that a policyholder has in the property or person insured. This interest ensures that the policyholder will suffer a financial loss if the insured event occurs, which is a fundamental requirement for obtaining insurance coverage. Options A, B, and D describe aspects that do not define insurable interest. Correct answer. C, by offering federally backed flood insurance policies. Explanation. The National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, benefits Tennessee residents by offering federally backed flood insurance policies. This program helps property owners in flood-prone areas obtain affordable flood insurance, which is typically not covered under standard homeowners or renters policies. Options A, B, and D describe benefits that are not specifically provided by the NFIP. Correct answer. D, to pay for bodily injury and property damage to others for which the insured is responsible. Explanation. The primary function of liability coverage, Part A, in a Tennessee personal auto policy is to pay for bodily injury and property damage to others for which the insured is responsible. This coverage protects the insured from financial loss if they are found liable for an accident. Options A, B, and C describe coverages that are typically addressed by other parts of the auto policy. Correct answer. D, life insurance. Explanation. Life insurance policies in Tennessee typically include a right of rescission period, also known as a free look period, which allows the policyholder to cancel the policy within a specified time frame without penalty and receive a full refund of any premiums paid. This period provides the policyholder an opportunity to review the policy terms and ensure it meets their needs. Options A, B, and C describe insurance types that do not generally include this feature. Correct answer. B, to provide additional liability coverage above the limits of underlying policies. Explanation. The purpose of an umbrella policy in Tennessee is to provide additional liability coverage above the limits of underlying policies, such as auto or homeowners insurance. This extra layer of protection helps cover large claims and lawsuits, ensuring comprehensive financial security. Options A, C, and D describe benefits that are not the primary focus of umbrella policies. Question 61. Samantha lives in Tennessee and has a homeowner's insurance policy with a $1,000 deductible. A severe storm damages her roof, and the repair cost is estimated at $6,000. How much will Samantha need to pay out of pocket before her insurance coverage kicks in? A, $0, B, $1,000, C, $5,000, D, $6,000. Question 61. Samantha lives in Tennessee and has a homeowner's insurance policy with a $1,000 deductible. A severe storm damages her roof, and the repair cost is estimated at $6,000. How much will Samantha need to pay out of pocket before her insurance coverage kicks in? A, $0, B, $1,000, C, $5,000, D, $6,000. Question 63. Which type of policy would cover personal belongings during a move to a new home in Tennessee? A, homeowner's insurance. B, inland marine insurance. C, auto insurance. D, flood insurance. Question 64. John has a Tennessee auto insurance policy with liability coverage limits of $100,000 per person and $300,000 per accident. If John is at fault in an accident that injures 3 people, each with medical expenses of $120,000, how much will his insurance pay in total? A, $100,000, B, $200,000. C. $300,000. D. $360,000. Question 65. Mary's home in Tennessee is insured under a HA3 policy. During a windstorm, a tree falls and damages her detached garage and fence. Under which coverage part will these damages be covered? A. Coverage B. Coverage B. C. Coverage C. D. Coverage D. Question 66. What is the primary purpose of having uninsured underinsured motorist coverage in Tennessee? A. To cover damage to the insured's vehicle from theft. B. To provide liability coverage for the insured. C. To cover the insured's expenses when involved in an accident with a driver who has insufficient or no insurance. D. To pay for routine vehicle maintenance. Question 67. David owns a rental property in Tennessee and has a dwelling policy, DP3. If a fire damages the rental unit and it becomes uninhabitable, which coverage will compensate him for the lost rental income? A. Coverage B. Coverage B. C. Coverage D. D. Coverage E. Question 68. In Tennessee, what does the duty to defend provision in a liability insurance policy entail? A. The insurer must always settle claims out of court. B. The insurer is responsible for defending the insured in lawsuits related to covered claims. C. The insured must hire their own defense attorney. D. The insurer is required to pay all legal fees regardless of coverage. Question 69. Emily has a homeowner's insurance policy in Tennessee. If her home is damaged by a flood, which insurance policy would provide coverage for the repairs? A. Homeowner's insurance. B. Flood insurance. C. Earthquake insurance. D. Inland marine insurance. Question 70. What is the significance of the term utmost good faith in Tennessee insurance contracts? A. Both parties must act honestly and disclose all material facts. B. The insurer guarantees full coverage regardless of circumstances. C. The policyholder must pay premiums in advance. D. The policy can be canceled at any time without notice. Question 71. Tom has an auto insurance policy in Tennessee with collision coverage. If he hits a deer and damages his car, which coverage will apply to the repairs? A. Liability coverage. B. Comprehensive coverage. C. Collision coverage. D. Medical payments coverage. Question 72. Which type of insurance policy would cover personal liability for injuries sustained by guests on a rented property in Tennessee? A. Homeowner's insurance. B. Dwelling policy. C. Renter's insurance. D. Umbrella policy. Question 73. In Tennessee, what is the main difference between a HA3 and an HO5 homeowner's insurance policy? A. HA3 provides named peril coverage, while HO5 provides open peril coverage for personal property. B. HO3 covers only the dwelling, while HO5 covers only personal property. C. HO3 is a basic policy, while HO5 is a specialized policy for high-value homes. D. HO3 includes liability coverage, while HO5 does not. Question 74. Scenario. Jennifer owns a valuable collection of art and jewelry in Tennessee. Her standard homeowner's policy provides limited coverage for these items. What should Jennifer do to ensure her collection is adequately protected? A. Increase her liability coverage. B. Purchase a personal articles floater. C. Add an umbrella policy. D. Buy flood insurance. Question 75. What is the primary function of the declarations page in a Tennessee insurance policy? A. To list the policy's exclusions and conditions. B. To outline the claims process. C. To summarize the key details of the insurance contract. D. To provide the policyholder's payment history. Question 76. Why is it important for a Tennessee homeowner to have an inflation guard endorsement on their insurance policy? A. To ensure liability coverage increases with inflation. B. To guarantee coverage for all types of losses. C. To automatically adjust the dwelling coverage limit to keep up with inflation. D. To lock in the current premium rate. Question 77. If a Tennessee homeowner's property is damaged by an earthquake, which type of insurance would provide coverage for the repairs? A. Homeowner's insurance. B. Earthquake insurance. C. Flood insurance. D. Inland marine insurance. Question 78. Which of the following is NOT typically covered under a Tennessee homeowner's insurance policy? A. Fire damage. B. Theft. C. Earthquake. D. Windstorm. Question 79. Scenario. Michael is a Tennessee resident who owns a small sailboat. He is concerned about liability and physical damage while using his boat. Which insurance policy should Michael consider? A. Auto insurance. B. Homeowner's insurance. C. Watercraft insurance. D. Umbrella policy. Question 80. What is the purpose of the coinsurance clause in a Tennessee property insurance policy? A. To reduce the premium costs for the policyholder. B. To require the insurer to cover the full cost of a loss. C. To encourage the policyholder to insure the property to its full value. D. To limit the types of perils covered by the policy. Question 81. In Tennessee, which of the following is typically excluded from coverage under a standard personal auto policy? PAP. A. Liability for bodily injury to others. B. Collision damage to the insured's vehicle. C. Mechanical breakdown of the insured's vehicle. D. Theft of the insured's vehicle. Question 82. How does Tennessee's value policy law affect the settlement of the total loss claim for a property? A. The insurer pays the actual cash value of the property. B. The insurer pays the policy's face value, regardless of the property's current market value. C. The insurer pays a percentage of the property's replacement cost. D. The insurer only covers the depreciated value of the property. Question 83. Scenario. Lisa's Tennessee home is damaged by a hurricane, and she has to stay in a hotel for 2 weeks while repairs are made. Which coverage in her homeowner's policy will reimburse her for the hotel expenses? A. Coverage B. Coverage C. C. Coverage D. D. Coverage E. Question 84. What is the primary purpose of a named Insurbeeka Tennessee insurance policy? A. To specify the coverage limits. B. To identify the person or entity with the primary rights and responsibilities under the policy. C. To list the policy's exclusions. D. To outline the claims process. Question 85. Which Tennessee insurance policy typically includes coverage for loss of use? A. Auto insurance. B. Flood insurance. C. Homeowner's insurance. D. Inland marine insurance. Question 86. What is the key benefit of having replacement cost coverage on a Tennessee homeowner's policy? A. It provides coverage for the depreciated value of the damaged property. B. It guarantees coverage for all types of losses. C. It covers the cost to replace damaged property with new property of a similar kind and quality without deduction for depreciation. D. It lowers the premium costs. Question 87. Scenario. Mark's home in Tennessee is insured under a HA3 policy. During a severe thunderstorm, lightning strikes and damages his roof. What type of coverage in his policy will apply to the repairs? A. Coverage B. Coverage B. C. Coverage C. D. Coverage D. Question 88. What does actual cash value mean in the context of property insurance in Tennessee? A. The replacement cost of the property without depreciation. B. The cost to purchase the property at today's market value. C. The property's value as appraised by a certified appraiser. D. The property's value after deducting depreciation. Question 89. Which type of insurance policy would typically cover a Tennessee homeowner's liability if their dog bites a neighbor? A. Homeowner's insurance. B. Personal umbrella policy. C. Renter's insurance. D. Earthquake insurance. Question 90. What is the purpose of the additional insured endorsement in a Tennessee insurance policy? A. To add more coverage limits to the policy. B. To provide coverage for additional perils not included in the standard policy. C. To extend coverage to other parties not initially named as insured. D. To exclude certain types of claims from coverage. Correct answer. B. $1,000 explanation. Samantha will need to pay her deductible of $1,000 out of pocket before her insurance covers the remaining cost of the repairs. After paying the deductible, The insurance will cover the remaining $5,000 of the repair cost. Options A, C, and D do not correctly reflect the deductible's impact on the claim payment. Correct answer. B, protection against structural damage caused by earthquakes. Explanation. The primary benefit of having earthquake insurance in Tennessee is protection against structural damage caused by earthquakes. This specialized insurance covers repairs and rebuilding costs that result from earthquake damage, which are not typically covered by standard homeowners insurance policies. Options A, C, and D describe benefits that are unrelated to earthquake insurance. Correct answer. B, inland marine insurance. Explanation. Inland marine insurance covers personal belongings during a move to a new home, protecting against loss or damage while in transit. This type of insurance is designed for movable property and provides broader coverage than standard homeowners insurance. Options A, C, and D describe insurance policies that do not typically cover belongings in transit. Correct answer. C, $300,000 explanation. John's auto insurance policy will pay up to $100,000 per person and a maximum of $300,000 per accident. Since the total medical expenses exceed these limits, the insurance will pay $100,000 for each injured person up to the $300,000 total limit for the accident. Options A, B, and D do not correctly reflect the policy's coverage limits. Correct answer. B, coverage B. Explanation. Damages to Mary's detached garage and fence will be covered under Coverage B, other structures, in her HA3 policy. Coverage B provides protection for structures on the property that are not attached to the main dwelling. Options A, C, and D describe coverage parts that protect the dwelling itself, personal property, and loss of use, respectively. Correct answer. C, to cover the insured's expenses when involved in an accident with a driver who has insufficient or no insurance. Explanation. Uninsured underinsured motorist coverage in Tennessee protects the insured by covering expenses such as medical costs and lost wages when involved in an accident with a driver who lacks adequate insurance. Options A, B, and D describe coverages unrelated to uninsured underinsured motorist coverage. Correct answer. C, coverage D. Explanation. Coverage D, fair rental value, in a dwelling policy, DP3 compensates David for lost rental income if his property becomes uninhabitable due to covered peril, such as a fire. This coverage helps offset the loss of rental income during the repair period. Options A, B, and D describe other coverage parts related to the dwelling, other structures, and additional living expenses. Correct answer. B, the insurer is responsible for defending the insured in lawsuits related to covered claims. Explanation. The duty to defend provision in a Tennessee liability insurance policy means that the insurer is responsible for providing a defense for the insured in lawsuits related to covered claims. This includes hiring attorneys and covering legal fees up to the policy limits. Options A, C, and D describe scenarios that do not accurately reflect the duty to defend provision. Correct answer. B, flood insurance. Explanation. Flood insurance, often provided through the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, would cover the repairs to Emily's home caused by flood damage. Standard homeowners insurance policies typically exclude flood-related damages, making flood insurance necessary for such coverage. Options A, C, and D describe policies that do not cover flood damage. Correct answer. Both parties must act honestly and disclose all material facts. Explanation. Utmost good faith in Tennessee insurance contracts means that both the insurer and the policyholder must act honestly and disclose all material facts. This principle ensures that both parties have the necessary information to make informed decisions and uphold their contractual obligations. Options B, C, and D do not accurately describe the principle of utmost good faith. Correct answer. B, comprehensive coverage. Explanation. Comprehensive coverage in Tom's auto insurance policy will apply to the repairs needed after hitting a deer. Comprehensive coverage protects against non-collision events such as theft, fire, vandalism, and animal impacts. Options A, C, and D describe other types of coverage that do not apply to this situation. Correct answer. C, renter's insurance. Explanation. Renter's insurance in Tennessee includes personal liability coverage for injuries sustained by guests on the rented property. This coverage protects the tenant from financial responsibility for medical expenses and legal fees resulting from such injuries. Options A, B, and D describe policies that do not specifically address the liability coverage for renters. Correct answer. A. HO3 provides named peril coverage, while HO5 provides open peril coverage for personal property. Explanation. The main difference between an HO3 and an HO5 homeowners insurance policy in Tennessee is that HO3 provides named peril coverage for personal property, meaning it only covers perils specifically listed in the policy. HO5 provides open peril coverage for personal property, meaning it covers all perils except those explicitly excluded. Options B, C, and D describe differences that are not accurate between these two types of policies. Correct answer. B. Purchase a personal articles floater. Explanation. Jennifer should purchase a personal articles floater to ensure her valuable collection of art and jewelry is adequately protected. This type of policy provides additional coverage specifically for high-value items that exceed the limits of a standard homeowner's policy. Options A, C, and D describe coverages that do not address the specific need for protecting valuable personal property. Correct answer. C. To summarize the key details of the insurance contract. Explanation. The primary function of the declarations page in a Tennessee insurance policy is to summarize the key details of the insurance contract. This page includes information such as the policyholder's name, coverage limits, premium amount, and effective dates. Options A, B, and D describe elements found in other parts of the policy documentation. Correct answer. C. To automatically adjust the dwelling coverage limit to keep up with inflation. Explanation. An inflation guard endorsement on a Tennessee homeowners insurance policy ensures that the dwelling coverage limit automatically adjusts to keep up with inflation. This helps maintain adequate coverage for rebuilding costs that may increase over time due to inflation. Options A, B, and D describe benefits that do not pertain to the primary purpose of an inflation guard endorsement. Correct answer. B. Earthquake insurance. Explanation. Earthquake insurance provides coverage for repairs to Tennessee homeowners' property damaged by an earthquake. Standard homeowners insurance policies typically exclude earthquake-related damages, making earthquake insurance necessary for such coverage. Options A, C, and D describe policies that do not cover earthquake damage. Correct answer. C. Earthquake. Explanation. Earthquake damage is typically not covered under a standard Tennessee homeowners insurance policy and requires a separate earthquake insurance policy. Fire damage, theft, and windstorm are commonly covered perils in standard homeowners insurance policies. Correct answer. C. Watercraft insurance. Explanation. Michael should consider watercraft insurance, which is specifically designed to cover liability and physical damage for boats and personal watercraft. This policy provides protection for his sailboat, addressing his concerns. Options A, B, and D do not offer the specialized coverage needed for boats. Correct answer. C. To encourage the policyholder to insure the property to its full value. Explanation. The coinsurance clause in a Tennessee property insurance policy encourages the policyholder to insure the property to its full value by requiring them to bear a portion of any partial loss if the property is underinsured. This clause ensures adequate coverage and helps prevent underinsurance. Options A, B, and D describe effects that are not related to the coinsurance clause's primary purpose. Correct answer. C. Mechanical breakdown of the insured's vehicle. Explanation. Mechanical breakdown of the insured's vehicle is typically excluded from coverage under a standard personal auto policy, PAP, in Tennessee. PAP usually covers liability for bodily injury to others, collision damage, and theft, but mechanical issues are generally excluded and may require separate coverage. Options A, B, and D describe coverages typically included in a PAP. Correct answer. B. The insurer pays the policy's face value, regardless of the property's current market value. Explanation. Tennessee's value policy law requires the insurer to pay the policy's face value in the event of a total loss, regardless of the property's current market value. This ensures that policyholders receive a predetermined amount specified in the policy. Options A, C, and D describe settlement methods not aligned with the value policy law. Correct answer. C. Coverage D. Explanation. Coverage D. Loss of use In Lisa's homeowner's policy will reimburse her for the additional living expenses such as hotel costs incurred while her home is being repaired due to hurricane damage. This coverage ensures that Lisa's standard of living is maintained during the repair period. Options A, B, and D describe other types of coverage not related to living expenses during home repairs. Correct answer. B, to identify the person or entity with the primary rights and responsibilities under the policy. Explanation. The primary purpose of a named insured Ica Tennessee insurance policy is to identify the person or entity with the primary rights and responsibilities under the policy. The named insured is the individual or organization to whom the policy is issued and who is protected by the coverage. Options A, C, and D describe aspects that are part of the policy documentation but not related to the primary purpose of the named insured. Correct answer. C, homeowners insurance. Explanation. Homeowners insurance typically includes coverage for loss of use, which reimburses the policyholder for additional living expenses incurred if the home becomes uninhabitable due to covered peril. This coverage helps maintain the policyholder's standard of living during repairs. Options A, B, and D describe policies that do not typically include loss of use coverage. Correct answer. C, it covers the cost to replace damaged property with new property of similar kind and quality without deduction for depreciation. Explanation. The key benefit of having replacement cost coverage on a Tennessee homeowner's policy is that it covers the cost to replace damaged property with new property of similar kind and quality without deduction for depreciation. This ensures that the policyholder can fully restore their property to its pre-loss condition. Options A, B, and D describe benefits that do not align with the purpose of replacement cost coverage. Correct answer. A, coverage A explanation. Coverage with dwelling coverage in Mark's HA3 policy will apply to the repairs needed for his damaged roof caused by lightning. Coverage specifically covers the main dwelling structure against various perils, including lightning strikes. Options B, C, and D pertain to other types of coverage within the HA3 policy that may apply to different aspects of the property or loss. Correct answer. D, the property's value after deducting depreciation. Explanation. The actual cash value in Tennessee property insurance refers to the property's value after deducting depreciation. It represents the cost to replace or repair the property, taking into account its age, condition, and wear and tear. Options A, B, and C describe definitions that do not accurately reflect the concept of actual cash value. Correct answer. A, homeowner's insurance. Explanation. Homeowners insurance in Tennessee typically includes liability coverage, which would cover a homeowner's liability if their dog bites a neighbor. This coverage extends to injuries caused by household pets on or off the insured property. Options B, C, and D describe insurance policies that do not typically cover liability for dog bites. Correct answer. C, to extend coverage to other parties not initially named as insured. Explanation. The additional insured endorsement in a Tennessee insurance policy extends coverage to other parties not initially named as insured under the policy. This endorsement is commonly used to protect landlords, contractors, or other entities with a financial interest in the insured property or operations. Options A, B, and D describe outcomes that do not align with the purpose of an additional insured endorsement.